All right, on to lesson 2. And in this one, we are going to dive a little deeper into the print statement because it's not just for displaying text on the screen. When you're going to be writing the code for your actual app, the print statement becomes very useful because it allows you to output information and the data so that you can see what's going on behind the scenes and troubleshoot your app if any bugs arise. So let me show you a little more about how it works. Here I have a new playground again, and I'm going to erase this. So just to do a quick recap, print statement, output something, the brackets surround what you want to print out. And if you want to print out some text, you're going to use a pair of quotation marks. I'm learning Swift. If you want to run the whole project, you can just hit the run icon down there. You can drag this up, or you can hit this little blue button to show or hide this tray. You're going to see the output come out here as soon as that little work progress meter finishes running. But okay, there we go. Let me show you something else that you can print. You can print out numbers. And notice that the number doesn't need a quotation mark. Quotation marks are only for a piece of text. Notice also that I can do math operations inside the print statement. And what happens is that will get evaluated, and then the result will get output. And if I simply want to print an empty line, a blank line, well, obviously you can't see it, but if I put it right there and I run this, then you'll see a line in between 43 and 15, like so. Now, as you're writing more code, you're going to get a lot of lines. You might start to get confused about what each line does or what sections of code is intended for. So you can do what's called a comment by typing in 2 forward slashes, and everything from this point on for the entire line will not be treated as code. And so you can write out remarks and documentation for yourself. So, or someone else, if you're working with multiple people, that they can see this is what this chunk of code is meant to do. This is to output text. You can output numbers this way. You can even do math. All right, now dive a little deeper. Here you get an example of comments right there. And you can also do basic math operations. So you have addition, subtraction, the asterisk is for multiplication. You have division, and this is mod, percentage sign is mod. So you get the remainder. So you can try those out for yourself. One important note though is this. So let's say, do that, and I output, what would you expect? 10 divided by 3. You might expect 3.33333, but you actually only get 3. The reason is that when we're working with integer types, like these whole numbers here, when you do a math equation on integers, you're going to get an integer result. That's why the remainder portion gets dropped. If you do want to work with decimal numbers, we're going to have to use a different data type that we're going to cover in, I think, the 2 lessons later. So don't worry about that. You can definitely do decimal math. But for now, I just wanted you to understand why this result isn't 3.33. One more thing I failed to mention is that if you wanted to print out, let's say, text and numbers, you can use a comma. So what happens if I say I'm learning Swift for 2 days? And what this will do, if you output it, the comma will actually put a space between the piece of text and then the number. And then in this case, we have another piece of text on the same line. So you get, I'm learning Swift for 2 days, like that. All right, let's see what else we have to cover here. All right, so here's the challenge. This is what we're going to try to do. So imagine that you bought 3 items. One is $12, one is $8, and one is $25. So print out each of these prices on its own line, and then a blank line, and then print the total. So for the total, don't just print out the number, but do the math inside the print statement. You can pause the video and you can try this out for yourself, which I highly recommend that you do, and then we'll take it up together afterwards. I've seen time and time again for people who are learning that everything is crystal clear, but then when they try to do it themselves, they realize that they can't. So don't find that out too late in the game, because then you'll feel like overwhelmed that you have so much to catch up on. Do it now. Do it for every single lesson. That's what these challenges are for. And it is actually right now where you're doing the learning. You listening to me talk up here about this stuff and watching me, that is getting the concept introduced to you, but you're not actually learning. It's when you're doing this and you're trying it out, you're finding that you forgot something, going back and finding out what you missed. And that is where the retention happens to your learning. Okay, so enough talk, but I feel like that is very important for me to stress, especially so early on. So let's try this out. Okay, so the challenge doesn't explicitly say you could just print out like the number. You could print out 12, but if you want to take it a step further, maybe you can print out exactly what item was bought for $12. Okay, so we're printing out each of the dollar items, and then we're printing out the total, and it's just going to be that. So this is what you see. Starting from, sorry, it's a little messy. Starting from there, you could say, this is the challenge. All right? It can be like that. Okay, so while that prints out, let's take a look at using AI to deepen your understanding. So this is actually really good. Can you quiz me on it? Ask me questions one at a time about what the print does in different situations. Tell me if I got something wrong and explain why. This is the AI panel. This prompt is really good for understanding what makes a good comment and what doesn't. Ideally, with your comment, you want to be able to read it a month later and be able to instantly grasp what is being done in this chunk of code that you've commented. Now, you don't have to explain your thinking every step. You can if you want, but if every single comment is like a textbook, it's going to be really hard to get through. So there's a balance, right, between really vague comments, really short comments versus too verbose. This prompt is also really good, helps you build a practice example. All right, congrats for finishing lesson 2.